10 Most Amazing Ancient Ruins of the World. There are a ton of fascinating historic ruins around the world, from cities in disrepair to temples that have endured the test of time. Numerous of these prehistoric communities were very inventive and progressive. Just look at their precise city planning and amazing engineering achievements, some of which we still don't completely comprehend. And although there is a ton we can learn from these ancient people, what we don't know is maybe the most fascinating aspect. Even the most curious person's mind will be left in a state of utter confusion by some of the most fascinating ancient ruins. 10. Pompeii. Near the Italian city of Naples are the eerie ruins of Pompeii. Over 2,000 people lost their lives when the famous Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD, destroying the Roman city in waves of lava. The 1950s accidental discovery of the ancient city hidden behind volcanic rock is astonishingly well maintained. However, it wasn't properly excavated until 2 decades later. 22 of the original 66 hectares have not yet been discovered. The streets of these ancient Roman remains allow you to stroll through the town's heyday. Stone houses, temples, bakeries, and even a brothel have left behind their ruins. 9. Stonehenge. One of the most well-known ancient monuments in the world, Stonehenge is scattered across the Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England. These strange stone rings are among the planet's oldest stone constructions, dating back more than 5,000 years. They were carved out of sandstone and are shrouded in mystery. It is still mostly unknown who constructed them and why. According to 2 well-known theories, Stonehenge was used for religious ceremonies or in some other way to track the positions of the sun and moon. As the Stonehenge ruins and the nearby museum may be explored in only 2 hours, day trips from London frequently include trips to Windsor or Bath. 8. Chichen Itza. On the Yucatan Peninsula, Chichen Itza, one of the most well-known archaeological sites on Earth, was once a vibrant pre-Hispanic city. It was destroyed in 1221 when Mayapan became the new capital after the Mayans had constructed it in 600 AD. Highlights include the Temple of Kukulkan, a massive stone pyramid with 365 steps for every day of the year and 4 staircases that depict a compass. The equinoxes in spring or fall are the greatest times to visit since the sun illuminates the pyramid staircases. The Temple of the Warriors, the Maya Ball Court, the Wall of Skulls, and the sacred cenote, where human sacrifice used to take place, are a few additional must-see locations. Chichen Itza is best visited in the early morning or right before closing because it is constantly packed. _7. Acropolis. The Acropolis, which is capped by the Parthenon, is visible from every part of the city from its vantage point above Athens. The Acropolis was initially constructed and occupied by Pericles in the 5th century and later developed into a city of temples. These structures from antiquity were made of bronze, Pentelic marble, and occasionally even gold plating. Scaffolding is still in place because restorations are still being done, so don't be startled. This is worth seeing while you're here because the Acropolis Museum now houses many of the original antiquities. It is better to visit the Parthenon early in the morning or late at night because it stands in the blazing sun. Additionally, this is the least crowded time. _6. Borobudur. The largest Buddhist temple in the world is called Borobudur, located in Indonesia. It was built out of an amazing 2 million slabs of volcanic stone. It dates back to the 9th century and finally fell into ruin before being rediscovered in the 19th century. It has since been brought back to its previous splendor and is especially well-liked around dawn. 6 square platforms with 3 circular platforms on top make up the Borobudur monument. The realm of forms, the world of formlessness, and the 3 levels of the Buddhist cosmology are steps on the journey to enlightenment. It is embellished with more than 2,000 reliefs and 500 statues of Buddha, each of which outlines a Buddhist doctrine. 5. Colosseum. The Colosseum was a historical gladiator arena and one of the most recognizable Roman ruins. The 50,000-seat amphitheater, which was unveiled in 80 AD, hosted a variety of events. These included bloodthirsty gladiator competitions where participants would fight to the death and animal fights. Even by today's standards, the Colosseum's architecture is remarkable. The 3 levels of archways that make up the exterior walls are topped with Ionic, Doric, and Corinthian columns. They were adorned with travertine and marble statues during their heyday. A large awning that protected spectators from the elements previously supported the top level. Today, you have the option of visiting the Colosseum alone or along with the surrounding Palatine Hill and Roman Forum. China's Great Wall. The Great Wall of China, the longest man-made structure in the world, spans 15 Chinese provinces, principalities, and autonomous territories. It was constructed throughout the course of 6 Chinese dynasties as a fortification against invaders and is made up of many individual sections of walls and moats. Some of the wall's remaining pieces are in ruins and are now well over 2,000 years old. It's interesting to note that it would take a person about 18 months to traverse the whole length of the Great Wall of China. 3. Petra. A long time ago, nomads created the rose city of Petra out of the pink sandstone cliffs in the middle of the desert. It's difficult to imagine that the Jordanian city, which is nestled between the Red Sea and the Dead Sea, formerly had lush gardens, magnificent homes, and lively markets. Instead, abandoned caves, temples, and tombs buried within the city walls can be found by taking a stroll, camel or donkey ride among the Petra ruins. One of the most stunning sights in the old city is the 2-story treasury cut into the rock face. Even only the outside is worth seeing, but the interior with its Indiana Jonesy royal tomb is quite interesting. Up to 95% of the ancient city of Petra has not yet been fully explored. 2. Angkor. Angkor is a translation of the Sanskrit word Nagara, which meaning city. It was a thriving ancient metropolis that served as the Khmer Empire's capital between the 9th and 15th centuries. Today, Angkor is best known for the Hindu Angkor Wat Temple, which holds the record for being the biggest place of worship on Earth. It is renowned for being visited around daybreak because of the stunning sunlight above the temples. Apart from Angkor Wat, the Angkor Archaeological Park contains a lot more amazing sights. The woodland, rice fields, and farmlands are home to more than 1,000 temples. Highlights include the mystical and jungle-covered Bang Maelia Temple, which has an early library and exquisite carvings, and the Bayon Temple, which dates to the 12th century and stands at the geographic center of the ancient city of Angkor Thom. 1. Giza. The pyramids of Giza in Cairo are among the most enigmatic historic structures on Earth. Many theories exist on how these gigantic tombs, built during the 4th dynasty of ancient Egypt, were constructed. They represent yet another amazing engineering achievement by the ancient Egyptians with such minute and flawless workmanship. Many people actually think they were created by angels or even aliens. All 3 of the Great Pyramids accept payments for admission. Over the years, tomb robbers have targeted these structures because they were utilized as burial chambers and were filled with valuables the pharaoh could use in the afterlife. Don't forget to take a picture with the Sphinx while you're kissing her, it's practically required. There are numerous additional lesser-known tombs, temple ruins, and pyramids worth seeing in the nearby desert plateau for those wishing to get away from the worst of the crowds. That's it for now. View more of our channel's videos. We appreciate you being here.